Hello to everyone. Welcome back to our new podcast, Awareness Conversations with the Masters. This is your pastor, Yeti. And remember, you are loved. You are blessed. You are loved with an everlasting love. Welcome to the Seeker, to everyone around this globe, to my podcast. Today it is our second session on awareness, and I'm going to give you examples on the proper kind of selfishness. The first thing I want you to understand, if you really want to wake up, is that you don't want to wake up. To be truthful. Like I said in the beginning, it's difficult to get up. And if you think physical when you come out of your bed, and I will not say that it's every day there, but sometimes you will really want to stay in bed. And this is a kind of a good example that it's cozy, we want to stay there, it's safe, it's comfortable. And so here in this awareness, I picture you that if you even would say, yes, I want to wake up. I think in the deepest part of ourself, we really don't want to wake up. So the first step to waking up is to be honest enough to admit to yourself that you don't like it. Remember that Jesus told us, and for those who are not in the Christian tradition, Christ said about himself, the truth would set you free. So, we know that the world is covered with lies, and it's a threat. It's a threat that gives some blindness. And we need to be truthful in the first place to ourselves. So, you don't want to be happy? Want a little test? Let's try it. It will take you exactly 1 minute. Okay, you could close your eyes while you're doing it, or you could keep them open. It doesn't really matter. Think of someone you love very much. Someone you're close to. Someone who is precious to you. And say to that person in your mind, I'd rather have happiness than have you. See what happens. So stay in the position in your mind, I'd rather be happy than have you. If I had a choice, no question about it, I'd choose happiness. How many of you felt selfish when you said this? It's really kind of awkward, right? Because it's very difficult to take out those people we love and not giving ourselves in a sacrifice to them and to love them. Even fun, it could be selfishness that we really give ourselves very truthful. And that's good. But what is there for you? Again, in our Christian tradition, there is a Bible verse that says, love God above all and your neighbor as yourself. So, if all the love goes to that neighbor, what love or happiness is there for you? If you don't respect yourself, if you don't want to have a goal for your own happiness, I think we are giving a wrong image of a perfect, almost perfect example how we have to love one another. So I don't really know about other religious traditions and so. I know quite historical facts and some ways how they really lived through all that. But what is the main thing for you out there? So, I think many of you, if you're honest, will be very unhappy with this thought and felt selfish. See how we've been brainwashed. See how we've been brainwashed into thinking. How could I be so selfish? But look at who's been selfish. Imagine somebody saying to you, how could you be so selfish that you choose happiness over me? Would you not feel like responding, pardon me, but how could you be so selfish that you would demand I choose you above my own happiness? I hope you listen very carefully. So the author gives an example of a woman that told him that when she was a child, her Jesuit cousin gave a retreat in the Jesuit church in Milwaukee. He opened each conference with the words, "The test of love is sacrifice, and the gauge of love is unselfishness." That's marvelous. I asked her, would you want me to love you at the cost of my happiness? Yes, she answered. Isn't that delightful? Wouldn't that be wonderful? She would love me at the cost of her happiness, and I would love her at the cost of my happiness. And so, if you really hear the message, you've got two unhappy people. But long live love, right? Practice in what you just heard and test yourself in what is there out for you. If you put a line from 100 people in a row, my guess is 85 of them will probably do the same as this woman. And I'm not putting any blame on anybody of us, not at all. But think about it. How in the world, if, for just example, if you would have such a person as such a low esteem of him or herself, how in the world can you grab that happiness for yourself? It turns out that those people with a very low esteem, they long for such a deep, attached, emotional, hugging life. And in a way that's normal, because they're longing. They cannot bring them to a higher level of understanding how beautiful they are. So out there's a lot to see and to hear and to work for. And to give yourself that part of your happiness, which is the fruit for the world around you. So may the peace of God be with you and stays with you. And may blessings be among you and keep you safe. This is your Pastor Yeti. Bye-bye.